he licks things.
Sucking on a doorknob.
Kids just like to lick things, put things in their mouth. They shouldn't, but I guess they were at McDonald's recently, and he looks over at his son, and the kid's licking the window in McDonald's. So
McDonald's fingers and heroin hands been on
So
that window. Yeah, like it's wild.
it's like top 3 nasty things that you should not be licking.
Hello and welcome to Whipped Cream Salmon. I'm your boy, Brian Bastanza. That's my boy, Ronnie Sanchez.
Yeah.
This is the podcast where we talk all things food, France, and fuckery.
Food, friends, and fuckery.
France and fuckery. We really low country food, friends, and fuckery this week.
Get down with this week's hoedown.
Mm-hmm. Yeehaw, motherfuckers.
Cream style.
How are you, Ronnie? Happy New Year, bro.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year to all
New
of our
Year.
listeners.
Yeah, we made it.
We did make it.
The two of us made it. I'm not sure if past listeners made it through the new year, but we hope so.
We hope, yeah. It'd be a real shame if we lost all of our listeners at the turn of the year. New year.
That would be a big bummer.
It would be. No,
we don't have that many.
Yeah, we can't.
To lose them all would be a real bummer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have a good New Year's celebration?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no. I celebrated by looking at the back of my eyelids.
Ooh, a little early to bed?
Early to bed.
Yeah. What do you got? A little 10:30?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. No, there was no celebration on our end. What about you? You did. You got a little rowdy, right?
I celebrated good.
Brian celebrated.
I had the day off on New Year's Eve. I had one last floating holiday to burn at work, and I chose the last day I could use it on, which was New Year's Eve. And then we all had New Year's Day off. And we went down to Atlanta, spent the day, really, like we got down there around 1, spent the day with some friends of ours and cooked some dinner for them.
Nice.
And then, and we stayed with them, and that's like right in downtown Atlanta. And then, then we like went to a show. Daily Bread was awesome. And it was like a half-mile walk from their house, like, so that was super chill. You just like walk to the venue, walk back. And then, we stayed up pretty late. They didn't come with us. They had other plans. But then we like met up after like, I don't know, around like 1 o'clock in the morning, and we were continued to drink and have a good time. And then woke up pretty late New Year's Day and went and got some all you can eat Indian buffet. This place called Chai Pani, which I think is a playoff of, is it Chez Panny? Is that a French restaurant, a famous French restaurant? Am I making that up?
I don't know. If it is, that's pretty fun though.
I said it anyway, it was really, really awesome. I mean, to do hangover at all you can eat Indian is like top of the top.
Yeah.
Get yourself some naan, some rice, some,
That was New Year's Day that you did that?
That was New Year's Day, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's a good way to clean it up.
Yeah, and then we drove back New Year's Day evening, got back probably around 8 or so. I mean, it's Thursday today. This like 2-day week is just like killing me. It's like waiting for it to end,
Yeah.
Let's get to that weekend here. No, but we had a really good time, and yeah, we cooked some really good food. I made ramen. I made ramen broth on Tuesday, and then and brought that stuff down.
Cool.
Yeah, and cooked it up. It was pretty simple. It was like a spicy miso ramen. But I didn't know I could do this. But they have fresh frozen ramen noodles at our Asian market.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I always just like kind of randomly picking dried pasta or dried noodles, and I'll like, use it until it's up or whatever. And they're fine. These were really good. And they were like pre-portioned and yeah, awesome. I would recommend 10 out of 10. Would try again.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah.
What was was that your first time in Atlanta?
No, we go down and see them. Hannah, who went to college with Sam, lives down there with her husband. And yeah, we've been down there, I don't know, half a dozen times. Really like the city. So I don't know, at least what we've seen of it is like so pretty. They have like an awesome it's like a bike path that goes all the way through the city, the Beltline. And it's like popping, and there's like businesses and restaurants and stuff like on that Beltline. But it's also just like people walking and running and biking and skating, and
Nice.
it's great. Like mural art everywhere. It seems just like I asked them, and I was like, "Is this city as walkable as it seems? Like the neighborhoods like really are, and you can kind of get from neighborhood to neighborhood on the Beltway and everything, or the Beltline. But yeah, I don't know. It's awesome. I really like it there.
That's dope. I've not made it down to Atlanta yet. I know Raleigh has all the Greenway trails they're called, and there's supposed to be like over 100 miles of Greenway trails. I don't have a bike out here since we moved, but I've wanted to get an electric bike because
nice.
you do. I mean, it would just be so fun to cover that much ground of the city. Like, I mean, you could do it on a normal bike too, but I mean, you can cover so much ground on an electric bike,
Sure,
and really see all parts of cool parts of the city that I don't know. You just like stumble upon different neighborhoods and pockets and stuff that you wouldn't know about otherwise by traveling that way.
sure, for sure. How much does one of those go for? Must be like in the couple $1,000 range.
Yeah, I think that you could probably start around $1,000, but dude, bicycles are expensive. They're crazy expensive.
That's true.
I know back
that is true.
in Tahoe, one of my dad's friends had given me a mountain bike, and it was too small for me, but I rode it anyway, and I rode it until it started to fall apart. You know, being a broke kid in Tahoe, I was like, I could not afford to get it fixed. I took it into a bike shop, and they were like really telling me like, well, you know, for what it's going to cost you to fix this thing, you might as well buy a new one. I was like, okay, how much does a new one cost? And they're like, show me some. It was like 4,000, 5,000. I was like, yeah, I'm a line cook. I make like $13 an hour. What do you mean?
Can you slap a new chain on this thing and give it a spit shine and call it a day? Let's go.
It's like, I don't know. The way you sold this to me, that it would be better to just buy a new one instead of fixing this, and now you're showing me $5,000 bicycles.
Yeah.
I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, totally.
Needless to say, I never got the bike fixed.
Yeah, but I had one too, actually.
Yeah,
I was living with housemates with Jake Spiro, and he gave me a bike. That same deal. I mean, he's like a mountain biker. He has like old bikes, and like he gave me a bike that was probably worth a few $100, you know, like, or like maybe like $500 or something. I took it in and I was like, yeah, to fix this up would take $1,200.
Yeah, what is that?
Well, I guess I'm not biking. I was lucky once. Not lucky, but like the bike that I rode for most of my time in Tahoe was like had previously been a rental at one of the places in town, and I bought that for $80. And that was my bike forever. Yeah. It had gears, and it wasn't a mountain bike. It wasn't a road bike. It was just like a bicycle, right? With like kind of off-road tires, but not off-road at all, but not road tires.
Just regular old tires.
It's kind of that's honestly what I need right now. Just give me something that rolls. But what I was going to say is for that like $1,200 or $1,000, give me one of those like, I don't know if it's the one wheel is the choice or like another thing that's like a motorized skateboard of some sort. Like I'd fuck with that.
Those things are pretty cool. Yeah, those are definitely pretty fun. That would be a cool way to travel around the city too. Actually,
Dude, ton of people in Atlanta in these one wheels. I've never seen so many of them.
yeah, you know the like art park in Raleigh. Did we all go there together one time? I think no, you told me you drove your car around around the art park one time, right?
Yeah, we definitely weren't supposed to do that. We might have went there together.
Definitely
I've definitely
not.
been there as Sam and I have gone. But I think it's cool there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a cool place to cruise around for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So Raleigh has this art park, and back in the day, during during World War One, maybe even as old as that. But it was used as training grounds for like the military. So they were like training how to drive tanks in this area, and now it's like an art museum, and there's like all these art installations, and it's an awesome spot to like walk around the park, and throughout the park there's like different art installations, and it's just a beautiful park. But we were there one time, and there was like a mob of these people on one wheels. I mean, there must have been like 50 or 60 of them, all cruising around these trails. And I mean, in the time it probably took, I don't know, 45 minutes or so to like walk around the whole trail. I mean, we probably got lapped like 3 or 4 times, but just like one after another. Phew, phew, phew. But it looked like a lot of fun.
Looks like fun for sure, 100%.
Are you drinking anything over there?
I'm already hammered drunk. I've been drunk for days.
You're hammered drunk.
Can't tell, right?
You hold it together pretty well.
Steady hand over here.
He's holding up his hand to the camera. Yeah, I mean, you're a little flush, but you're barely swaying.
A little sway. A little sway. Yeah, I got a Sapporo here.
Excellent.
Ooh, little bottle pop.
I am not drinking beer today.
What do you got? A little hot toddy?
I got a hot toddy.
You do?
I do.
Really?
Yeah, really. I really do, because I'm sick again. This is
You're
like
sick
the
as
fourth.
Fuck, dude.
Dude.
Ill.
Yeah, thank you.
Motherfucker, he's ill.
Appreciate it. No, so since I started this new job, I've been on and off sick nonstop. Been sick, and then I'm healthy for a few weeks, and I'm sick again, and then I'm healthy, and then somebody else at work is sick, and I'm healthy again, and I'm sick again. And it's constant. And I put it together today that everyone that I work with has fucking kids, and their kids are sick all the time. And then I'm around their parents, and now I'm sick all the time. And I've never been sick as frequently as I am now working this job.
But you think as a parent, though, they get that like power boost immune system?
I don't think so, because they're fucking sick all the time too.
They're sick too?
Yeah. I was at Dylan's house the other day. His kid was sick. But see, the thing is we just go through this cycle where, one of them is sick, and then I get it, and then I pass it on to the next person in the kitchen, and it goes to somebody else, and it goes full circle, and then their kids are sick again. That's brutal.
Better mask up, dude. Stop licking doorknobs.
Dylan said his kid. He licks things.
Sucking on a doorknob.
Kids just like to lick things, put things in their mouth. They shouldn't, but I guess they were at McDonald's recently, and he looks over at his son, and the kid's licking the window in McDonald's. So that is whatever he was licking off that window is what I now have, because I've been around him since. So
there are all sorts of McDonald's fingers and heroin hands been on that window. Yeah, like it's wild.
It's like top 3 nasty things that you should not be licking.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Yeah. So anyway,
that's a little heartbreak. So what have you been up to? You've been cranking out any food?
I haven't really been cranking out too much food. Been eating out quite a bit. Went to a new Thai spot in town.
Hey.
Real fucking spicy. Had to battle through that one.
New Thai spot just opened or something?
Yeah, I think they've only been open for, I don't know, a couple months. I'd overheard them talking that they were still like waiting on their liquor license.
They
Um,
got BYO
so
right now.
nah,
Best
I
deal
don't
in the biz.
did not bring my own. I opted for a Coca-Cola,
Mm-hmm.
which was fine. And the food was good. It's I don't know. I have this other Thai spot in town that I really like.
Mm-hmm.
But this was good. It was different. One thing on the menu, and I noticed this a lot in North Carolina. There's a lot of like Thai sushi spots, or like, you go to like an Asian restaurant and they've got like it's like teriyaki chicken, and then after that it's like, you know, I don't know. It's just like a
Confused.
melting pot of like, yeah, it's of all different kind of Thai food, and or I mean Asian food cuisines. And but this place, for the most part, like their food all seemed pretty legit and authentic. But on the menu, the wording of it, they had like a yellow curry ramen, and then you look at the picture of it and it's like, what? No, that's cow soy. And so I was like excited to see that, and I think that they do that to make their menu more relatable, because not everybody knows what cow soy is,
Sure.
you know, but
Had crispy noodles and everything. It was straight cow soy.
straight up cow soy,
Yeah.
you know, but you see that a lot. There was a lot of different like variations of quote unquote ramen, but it was like some Thai noodle dish.
Right.
So interesting.
That is interesting. Yeah, I was thinking the one place that we go to that's by our work, it's called Viet Thai. It's half Vietnamese, half Thai, and the lady that works there is from Laos.
Okay. Okay. See, I mean, but
Well, it's just like, I don't know. It's like they're like, oh, we have to cover all our bases.
yeah, see that one. I'm like I'm not even offended by these other. Like, I get it. I understand why they do it.
Yeah.
It's because Whitey don't know the difference.
Mm-hmm. We got to train up Whitey. That's the problem. That's
Yeah,
why we're here. That's what we're
that's
doing.
what this podcast is all about.
Train Whitey.
Yeah.
Maybe it's kind of a good name for a segment. We'll circle back on that. I got to give a shout out to Rochelle.
Oh yeah.
Well, y'all sent us home with a bunch of lentils.
Oh yeah.
Because the story, I mean, you know it better than I do, but the story she told was that her mom just unloads lentils on y'all.
She sends
is that
us
true?
so many lentils. Yeah, she just said she'll send it like gift boxes or care packages, I should say, of all kinds of stuff. And like a lot of it is like bulk herbs and teas and all kinds of stuff. Like a lot of times it's like, I don't know, anything from herbs and teas to like salt and different like spices, but more often than not it's lentils.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't love lentils.
You don't like them?
No, I'm not I don't love them enough to have the amount of lentils that I currently have in my cupboards.
Yeah, I hear you. It could be overwhelming. I saw your cupboards.
Yeah, what kind do you want? Got the yellow ones, the red ones, the green ones.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah. Anyway, like Rochelle sent us home for Christmas with, I don't know, maybe it's like a pint of the regular, what are like the brown lentils, and then a pint of maybe more of the red. They're kind of like that orange color, red. We call them red. Red lentils, and I wound up making a big batch of lentil soup.
Nice.
Over the weekend. I had some ham hocks in the freezer, so threw that in there. Had some chicken stock that I made last weekend, and yeah, that was really good. I also had some. I think I cut up some chicken, threw it in there, but it was mostly the ham hock, and then I had I made like chicken broth with the entire chicken instead of like boning the chicken and then just making stock with the bones. I just poached the entire chicken, kind of got the broth out of that, and then took the meat aside and kind of just have that as poached chicken. I had some chicken salad earlier, but I threw some in in the lentil soup as well. And I really like lentil soup. Really like hammy, like lentil winter vibes. It's a good time.
Solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I like split pea soup with
Mhm.
a hammock. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
You like a little kale in there?
Sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
I do. Yeah, I've talked a good amount about like that like white I don't know, white stew kind of like with the like pork butt and like white beans and kind of like mirepoix and whatever, kind of stew it up. And I often like to throw in some kale. I see you got a smirk on your face. You got something clever to say. I know it.
No, I wasn't gonna say it.
You had something you were gonna say.
I was gonna. We used to say or Ronnie used to say in the Plum Jack Kitchen, if it's all white, it's all right. So.
I see why I said that.
Yeah, he loves the white bean.
I do. I love white beans.
Yeah,
they're great. I don't know if that was a quote from me.
Said it all the time. It's the first
Brian
thing you see whenever I walk through the door. It's all white. That's from a Chris Rock special.
Oh yeah,
banger special. He has like a whole like scheme. It's like, if it's all white, it's all right. Good time.
Oh my god. Oh, your boy is loose tonight.
Keeping it loosey goosey. I think I'm still like a little turned up,
Yeah, fired up. You want to hear a funny story that happened to me today?
I do. Yeah.
So to rewind, for Christmas, Rochelle bought me some boxers and some new socks. Always appreciated. So today, I got to take a piss at work, and I go into the bathroom, and I unzip my fly, and I reach through the fly, and got the flap for over your underwear.
I'm aware.
And reach through the flap, and I'm like, I can't get through the flap. The flap's there. Well, I'm like, where's my dick at? I can't get in here.
He lost his dick, y'all.
The boxers, they must be like a manufacturing error. The flap is there, but there's just fabric all the way through. It's sewn shut, so there's no
There's
opening.
a button? Is there a button?
No, it's a normal. And it's funny because I have these exact boxers. It's what I've always wear, but the crotch hole is completely sewn shut on the back side.
Oh my god, dude!
I had to drop my pants
at the urinal.
At the urinal.
Cool. That is classic, Ronnie.
I was like, how do I get in here?
Did it come in like a 3-pack, and then the one pair didn't have a slot?
6-pack, and the one pair doesn't have a slot.
That's wild. That's
Isn't that
crazy.
funny? But
that's unicorn shit right there, dude.
Unicorn.
Go buy a lotto ticket or something.
I'm actually just gonna sue Haynes over this incident.
Yeah, they'll probably pay you out real good for that.
Take him down.
Yeah, you'll take them down, Ronnie. 5 of a 6. So how do you go forward? Are you gonna cut and hem those? Is that what you would do? Maybe do a cut, a fold over, a stitch kind of vibe?
I mean, actually, that's why I brought it up on the pod. If anybody has any ideas, you can write to us at whippedcreamsalmon@gmail.com.
Hit us in the comments, bro.
It's like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
Oh, God. This pod is officially off the rails.
Off the rails, y'all. I like that.
Boy.
What else? You said you've been going out a couple times. Did you go somewhere else as well?
Yeah. We went to on New Year's Eve. We went to a Szechuan restaurant. So what's interesting, I don't know if this is the same, and you tell me, in Charlotte, but in Raleigh, like a lot of the Chinese food is all like Szechuan Chinese food, where I think like when most people think of Chinese food, they're thinking of like Cantonese, like, or at least like the, Americanized version of what Cantonese Chinese food is. You're like General Tso's and orange chicken and kung pao and like all those like classics. But in Raleigh specifically, there's like, it, I mean, we found a one decent one, like Cantonese style, um, a few months ago, but most of the Chinese food that we found is all Szechuan.
So
So
I mean, for like, I don't know that I can speak to that. I don't know that I've had enough or any Chinese food in. I don't know. I guess it's something that I don't usually grab, even though I do like it. But so what do they have on the menu? Like, I would think for an American who lives in Raleigh and they see a Chinese restaurant and their takeout listing and they hit them up and they're like, without looking at the menu, like, hey, let me get some General Tso's chicken.
so they
They
have
say
it.
don't. Oh, they do.
Yeah.
Okay.
The place that we went, that was not the thing to order.
It was not the thing to order. They did
So
have it.
yeah, they did. So we went to the spot. We got there pretty early, and it was a big restaurant, and there was like very few people in there. But everyone that was dining in there, they were all like Chinese families, full families. Lots of like big like round tables with like the lazy susans in them, and then also like private rooms kind of in the back for like larger parties. But everyone, all the tables that were dining were all like Chinese families, and
Nice.
as the night went on,
That's a
it
good
just
look.
like, yeah, as the night went on, the place was slam packed, and there was very little English being spoken in the entire restaurant, which yeah, I was all about. But
That gets me fired up.
yeah, so I ordered. They had like, it was like a cold Szechuan noodle, which I was unfamiliar with, but it was just some kind of a vinegary sauce. It was cold, and like the Szechuan chili. If you don't know of Szechuan chili, it gives your mouth kind of like a numbing. It has like a numbing effect to you. Like, it's interesting because it's like spicy, but it's not spicy. It's almost like mentholy. Like,
Yeah, it's like
it's
spicy, like black
interesting,
pepper is spicy, so it's not that spicy, but it does give you that like
but
like
like
a little
different than that.
nummy feeling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They call it mala, the 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 spice like sensation, mala
hmm
spice. Um, but that was really good. And then there was also like a Szechuan chili oil dumpling that we had that was really good. But one of my favorite things to order from these Szechuan places, it's called a dry fried green beans, and I'm not exactly sure how it's done, but the skin on the green beans are super blistered and crunchy. I mean, it's crunchy, but it's not. It's I don't really know how to describe it. I think it's tossed in some kind of like an XO sauce, but it's pretty dry. Yeah, as the name entails, dry fried green beans. But man, they are so good. It doesn't look like much, but they're so fucking good.
Cool.
And then
That sounds good. I mean, I like love like I don't know, like Asian like wok fried vegetables with like where you can see the char on the vegetable is like
so good.
it's important.
Yeah. And then we did make the mistake of ordering General Tso's,
Mm.
and it was just
Soggy.
like, dude, soggy, like neon orange, super like. It was like, this is not the right thing to get. And then it had some, like steamed broccoli on the plate.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, this wasn't it.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed the dumplings and the cold noodles and the green beans. Really good.
So how do you know like was the rest of the menu very different than you would expect out of an American Chinese restaurant?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So, because we've experienced this at a couple different Szechuan restaurants in Raleigh now. Um, but they have a chicken dish where it's called like, I don't know, it's kind of reads differently on each of the menus that I've come across. One place, I think it's called like griddled chicken or something like that. And it comes out and it's like, clearly it's been like deep fried, chicken, but it's also got like fried, and there's no like sauce on it, but it's like really heavily spiced with like Szechuan, so full like numbing effect the whole time. Super flavorful, but it's like a dry chicken, like fried chicken, and then it's like in a basket with like fried lotus root and fried potatoes, and I think there's like onion in it, but there's no sauce to the dish. So it's definitely different, super different. It's really, really good.
Cool.
Yeah, maybe next time you guys come out here, we'll go to a Szechuan place.
That sounds really good.
And we'll just order everything on the menu.
I like that. We did go once to a dim sum in Charlotte.
Uh-huh.
That was a pretty good time. Have you ever done that? Done
No,
like the
I
full
want
experience?
to. I think we've talked about it a little bit on the pod, but
yeah, this was good. Yeah. Sam really liked it. I enjoyed it. I don't know that it was like the premier like dim sum place in the world. I mean, it was good, and like the experience is fun, and it's like usually like I think it's like a brunch situation, and it's a lot of like, again, like you said, like Chinese families are in there eating, and you're kind of like give you a piece of paper and like scribble the things that you want, and they'll bring it over to you. It's not, like a la carte, like quick, like small plates though. And I just think the experience of doing that is really cool.
Yeah, no, I'd love to. While you were talking about that, I just looked up the Szechuan dry fried green beans, because I was curious about what the like sauce on it was. I'll send this over to you, but I thought it was like an XO sauce or something like that. It's actually not. It's actually like ground pork, but like a small amount of it. It's like the dish is all about the green beans, and it's almost like seasoned with a little bit of ground pork. It looks like ground pork and chilies and garlic. But here, I'll send this over to you. It's cool. It's interesting. It's such a good dish. Actually, it reminds me a little bit of the sautéed, like the morning glory that we had in Thailand. Kind of, it's different than that. Definitely different, but kind of gives me that same vibe a little bit.
Oh yeah, it looks really good. We used to do this, like my mom used to make this dish that almost looks similar to this.
Oh yeah,
but it was just like sautéed green beans with garlic, like heavy garlic. Really? Yeah,
interesting.
No pork or anything, and yeah, it wasn't a Chinese dish, but it just reminded me of it.
Right.
Yeah, rad. That's cool. So I vlogged my experience making ramen this week.
Really?
Yeah. I haven't edited it or done anything, but I like stumbled upon this YouTube channel. This girl, her name's Daph, Daph, and she's this like Asian chick. She might your guess, anywhere from 25 to 45 years old. Hilarious person, vlogger. She's a super stoner, and she just like gets big. She's like, oh, I'm just gonna get baked and make like Chinese pork belly. And
I've seen.
You seen her?
Seen this. Yeah.
And like the videos are like, I don't know, like I really like. I was just chilled, like kind of had it on in the background. And I like really kind of enjoyed it, and like, but it was not like she's kind of just like loosey goosey filming the stuff and getting baked, and like it's not high quality like film production or camera angles or anything. And like, I don't know, one of my biggest things, like I didn't want to like, I don't know, I'm just like lazy in a lot of ways. I just like didn't want to like take upon this big thing of like making cooking videos. But then I saw some of her videos and I was like, oh, like this is kind of approachable. I don't want to like put her down. I think it's awesome, and it's already going to be better than what I have. But
yeah,
I was like, oh, I think I could kind of do this. So I like whipped out the camera, and I'm like walking up and down the aisles of the Asian market, and I'm kind of filming myself like throw stuff into a basket, and I'm like looking for kombu everywhere, and I like pull out my phone. I'm like, where the fuck is kombu? They don't have it anywhere. And like, because it's hard to find shit in the Asian.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know. The Asian market's just every time I go there, I like only have like maybe a dozen things to buy, but like I'm probably going to spend 45 minutes there because there's going to be 2 or 3 things that I have to like go up and down every aisle 3 or 4 times if I'm going to get it.
100%.
And this time actually I like so frustrated. I was like, kombu, like this is like, for those who don't know, it's dried seaweed. It's not the kind that you like wrap your like sushi with. It's also not the kind that you just have as a snack. It's like thicker kelp, right? I mean,
yeah, it's kelp, yeah.
And it's used to make dashi, which is like one of like the most basic Japanese stocks. It's like, right? Like, and I eventually asked this guy who I saw was like filling out an order sheet. I was like, where's the kombu, bro? And he was like, oh, we only have, like, we don't even have any. Or he's like, we have them, but we only have it for restaurants and it's in a giant ass box and you don't want that. But anyway, yeah, doing vlogging was kind of fun. So I don't know, I like film myself like chopping up like all the veg and stuff. And it actually like kind of makes you a little more mindful of like the way that your station looks and everything, you know, which is kind of cool. Like, set up your camera and you're like, oh yeah, now I better wipe my shit down. So I thought that was kind of cool.
I filmed one cooking video, but I've never done like a vlog like that. But
yeah, this was not like, I mean, it was like I was, and you'll see it. I mean, I'm gonna edit it this week and I'll post it, and it'll probably only be a couple minutes because like whatever. But I am like touching on like things that I know. I'm like, oh yeah, this will be like this. I'm doing this for this reason, or I'm subbing this here for this reason. But you would typically use this. But like, it's definitely not like a this is how you make this thing video. It's more like, yeah, I'm gonna huck this in there. I'm gonna huck this in there, and I'm chopping these up the kind of this shape because I think that'll work well, and send it. Yeah, and I don't know.
It's cool. Also like tricky, like trying to keep a like a dialogue going while you're like filming yourself alone about like what you're doing. It's really easy to just like forget to talk, and then you're like doing a part of it and be like, oh shit, I didn't fucking explain anything that I just did. Yeah,
for sure.
Did you find that, I mean, it was your only video, but did you find that doing this podcast had helped you with, I guess, talking to the camera, you think? Yeah.
I think so, for sure. I think like the first couple episodes on the podcast, I was like nervous going into the episode to record. But then like once you hear yourself back a few times, you start to like pick up on like what's good and what's not good. And you just like genuinely like are like having more confident conversations on the mic. And then like I was able to somewhat I think translate that into talking to the camera. For sure. Again, I don't know that I'll be making like a lot of cooking videos. I definitely realized quickly that you need something to put your phone on. Cause I'm like, like I'm trying to film it with just like the camera and I'm like grabbing stuff and kind of talking and I'm like turning it and I'm like pointing at my face. But like, I don't know, everyone like, oh, after I watched back a couple of videos of creators that like, I'm like, oh, you can't really like throw things into the pan while you're holding the camera. It makes it really hard.
Definitely.
Yeah. Ring light or whatever. But
you said the YouTuber, her name is Daff.
Yeah.
Okay. There's another guy. I think his Instagram handle is like Cody Try Stuff, but he does this video series called like dining. I think it's called like Dining Under the Influence or something like that. And he like starts off the video explaining that he's about to drink, you know, like 15 IPAs, and then it like jump cuts and all the cans are empty and he's like finishing his last beer and he's fucking wasted. But then he's like smoking joints through the whole thing, he makes these like really elaborate meals, but he's fucking hammered the whole time.
That's
It's
what's
pretty
up.
good though, dude. He comes out. I remember he did one. It was maybe like a jambalaya or something like that, or at least like shrimp and sausage of some kind. But yeah, his food looked good, but he was hammered. I remember there's a part his girlfriend comes in and she starts like criticizing him for how hammered he is, and he's like, "Look at my cutting board; it's beautiful." And all he's got all of his like knife cuts all like perfectly organized on his cutting board. Like, well, it's pretty impressive.
I've made some drunk food, but I definitely, when I'm making
Oh
drunk
yeah.
food, I wouldn't say that I'm the most organized. I wouldn't think.
You ever woken up the next day and you're like, "Well, who made a mess in my kitchen?" And it was you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Ever like come across some leftovers you didn't know that you made that were like pretty bomb?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good time.
Yeah, I remember
Whoa.
in Reno one time. I got up the next morning and I props to me. I did all the dishes,
Mm.
but there was like pots and colanders and plates. I was like, what the hell happened out here? I look at the stove and it's just covered in marinara sauce. Just like I made spaghetti last night.
That's-
When did that happen? And there's like, like pasta sauce on the door handle of the refrigerator, all over the counter.
That's rad. That is rad.
Oh,
So for this next segment, we're gonna make vision boards for our podcast.
yeah, yeah. Join us.
Join us while we talk about pictures that we're taping to cardboard.
Yeah, Brian's saying this because my lovely girlfriend decorated this room with her vision board, and it's now part of my studio.
It's our vision.
Yeah,
It's
our
our
vision board.
vision. My studio doesn't have any of my shit in it either, huh?
That's also true.
This is some of Sammy's stuff. This is
Is that a
for
live,
shipping
laugh, love
department.
behind you?
Is that what it is? This one?
Can't read it.
Anyway.
All right.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. To the hard hitting stuff.
The hard hitting bangers.
What are you? Idiot.
You stupid idiot!
I'm an idiot sandwich.
You're an idiot! Of all the idiots, you stand alone.
It's the idiot sandwich.
Idiot sandwich. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. One fell into my lap the other day, and I would like to share it with the world. And again, well, 2 weeks in a row, Sweet Sammy's taking home the gold.
Oh
Let's
my
go.
gosh, she's got to be our idiot leader.
You think so?
No, it's definitely you or I.
Yeah.
But non-host.
Yeah.
She's leading.
For sure. For sure. Getting those badges. So we're going down to Atlanta. Sam wants to make a dessert to bring down. This might have been actually the day before that, and we decided to make some coconut macaroons. There's a couple types of macaroons. These are like kind of the shaggy ones that are kind of balled up and have like long strings of coconut, and they're golden browned and sweet and delicious. Sweetened condensed milk. There's an egg in there. That I don't really know the recipe, but butter is in there. And Sam noticed when she was making them in full, and she like doubled the recipe, or she half the recipe. Either way, she put in double the amount of butter that she was supposed to put in there. And so whatever, she put it all together. I think the mix was still looking pretty good. But in a time, she's like, "Oh, I put in double butter. Therefore, see if you can spot the problem. I'm not gonna spray the sheet pan.
Oh no.
Because I put double butter in the mix."
Sammy.
Do you think that they stuck to the parchment paper?
I think they probably stuck to the parchment.
They stuck. They did stick the parchment paper, and then we spent, I don't know, 15 minutes, 20 minutes with this batch of macaroons when they came out of the oven, just picking paper off of each of them, and then luckily we were able to pick off the paper and finish them with a little chocolate dip, a little
To cover up the paper.
cleaned it right up, no issue. I was snacking on coconut paper a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. So that was positive for me, but not great for getting stuff done.
It
to
covers
spend 15 minutes peeling paper off a thing.
the coconut fiber covers up the paper pretty well.
It's yeah, it's a similar
You know?
vibe. Yeah.
Like, is this paper or coconut?
Yeah. Who knows?
Well,
but
done,
they were delicious.
Okay.
I will say that. Double butter inside?
It's the way to go.
Yeah. There's not many things that double butter doesn't make better.
This is true.
Yeah. So, but anyway, great macaroons, a little extra stuck. Congratulations.
Great job, Sammy.
Proud of you. Proud of you, babes.
This one was submitted to us by Dylan, my coworker, my supervisor, if you will.
Shout out Dylan.
He's so he was saying that this was when he was a pretty young cook, and his chef, was like, hey, can you make this aioli? And he was like, yeah, for sure, I can make aioli. And maybe a little overconfident. We've told a lot of stories like this. And so he goes and he's making it, and it's just like not getting thicker at all. And so he goes up to one of the sous chef, comes over, and he's like, what are you making? He's like, I'm trying to make this aioli. And at this point he's got a lot of it, because he just keeps adding oil, and it's not coming together. And the chef is like, did you use the whole egg or no? He's like, how much oil do you have in here? It's like, well, I use this whole gallon at this point of olive oil. And it's still really liquidy. And the chef is like, did you use the egg yolk or the whole egg? He's like, the whole egg. He's like, well, this is never going to come together. He's like, I suggest you go to the mop sink and pour this out and wash it down before the chef sees this and pretend like none of this ever happened. So yeah, idiot sandwich Dylan. Props.
Wait, can you do that?
Pour it down the mop sink?
Yeah.
I mean, he did.
I mean, I know there's a grease trap and everything, but...
Well, I don't know. We'll have to...
Congratulations.
Have to check
the dishwasher to clean out that dish trap.
Yeah, props to the sous chef for giving him the cover up, though.
For sure.
Instead of throwing him under the bus.
That's a real one.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And we've all done dumb shit. So yeah.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Dylan. Thank you for the content.
Love.
And
we love it.
Now the school bus is here.
How do you do it? Let me hit you with some knowledge. This is the moment we've all been waiting for.
School bus. It's the school bus. It's the school bus.
It's the Whipped Cream Salmon School for Cooks Don't Cook Good.
It's the school bus. It's the school bus.
I like that jingle.
Oh yeah, it's pretty good. Do you want to
go? Sure. I've just got not so much a tip, but a rack and a recommendation.
Just with a rack.
Yeah, I got a rack for you. If you use mason jars at your house, I think they're great. Although the lids on them get so rusty, which I don't understand. They're a food safe thing. The lids get gross and rusty, and it's just part of mason life.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand it. Recently I discovered that you can go on Amazon, you can buy plastic lids for those things that have like a silicone seal on them. So go out and get yourself some plastic lids for your mason jars. They're great and they don't rust and they're not gross. So That's my recommendation. It's not
It's a great rec.
yeah. It's not I don't know. Maybe it is life changing.
Yeah. What do you put in your mason jars? Dry, wets?
Yeah, I mean we're not canners, so I don't know if they would work for canning purposes, but for just simple storage, I mean dressings are great in there.
You
could
drink
put
out of them?
some peanuts in there. You
Ooh.
can put your drink in there.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, whatever you'd like. But go on Amazon or your local plastic mason jar lid retailer and get yourself some.
Nice.
Not a sponsor.
Congratulations to you.
Thanks
for listening to Ronnie. Not you, the listener.
Gotcha. All right. What do you got?
I got a rec as well. And
okay,
I just want to urge people to go out and get proper heat resistant rubber spatulas for their kitchen. Red handle, commercial grade, whatever. We had some, I didn't notice right away. We just had some regular like rubber spatulas. They were fine. And it probably happened over time. And I was like finishing something up and I was like stirring it, some sauce or whatever. And I like tasted it off the rubber spatula. And I was like, oh, like this doesn't like, I'm getting like a taste off of this rubber spatula. And that moment I was like, and I'm like very careful to not like cook the rubber spatula in the sauce. Like, you know what I mean? Like you can like people like leave their spoon in there. Like I wasn't doing that. I was just using it. I would stir it. I went back into my water bin. I was finishing it up, stirred it, tasted it, threw it away. I was like, oh, this is kind of gross. And in that moment I went and onto Amazon and got some red handled, like heat resistant rubber spatulas. It's better for you. Just do that. And it's just like a better, like you don't want your rubber spatula to melt. Just for one, just like if you don't have a rubber spatula, I think a lot of people just don't have rubber spatulas. Like rubber spatula is like one of the best tools that you can have. You're going to save like all the food that you worked hard to make. You want to keep that food. So rubber spatulas are great, but specifically like the red handled heat resistant one. And didn't you say something about like the types of red heat resistant ones at one point?
Yeah,
there's two different versions.
Well, and this is where like I think cooks will know the difference, like line cooks. Home cook probably wouldn't notice so much, but there's like different color. So the red handle spatulas, the commercial like restaurant ones, they all kind of look the same, but there's like a dark red one, like, and then there's like a lighter red one. They're both kind of like, I don't know, brownish red in color. And the dark red one is trash. The rubber is like too stiff. And so when you're like cooking your eggs with it or like trying to, be delicate or like get underneath maybe your sunny side up egg, it's too stiff and it doesn't like flex enough to get under the egg in the way that
it's rock hard.
You don't want a rock hard spatula.
Yeah.
No, it's just too stiff, and it's like I hate using it. But that's picky. I mean, when you work with them every single day, it's
I think I got those shittier ones, but still better than the situation I was in, and
I mean, you're
not that bad.
Leaching,
it's still like
plastic into your food or whatever.
Right, and it's like I don't know, maybe I don't know if you all agree with me, but like the shitty red handled one is better than all the other ones.
Yeah, probably.
Right.
I think that's probably a fair assessment.
Yeah. So get one of those. Bonus tip. I said it in passing earlier, but if you go to the Asian market regularly, check and see if they have some fresh frozen noodles, because that shit's rad, dude, and that shit is really good. I was like pretty close to like, should I make these things? But I like really didn't even have that much time. And I do want to do that. But I think this is a pretty awesome substitute. When dry noodles are already pretty good.
Yeah.
But they were like super cheap, and they take 2 minutes to cook, and they're rad.
A nice chew to them.
Nice chew.
That's a key.
Nice little bounce to them, you know?
Mm-hmm.
We like that.
Cool. Well, we got nothing else for you guys.
This was all we had for y'all.
Take it or leave it.
Yeah. Thanks for sticking around. We love you for that.
We do.
And we want you to be the creamiest, cream-filled cream heads in this 2025. And cream on and cream into the sunset.
Yeah, keep on creaming.
Keep on creaming in the free world.
Stay creamy, y'all.
Stay creamy.
Bye.
Check you later.